Hey guys, Jeb Brooks, greenergrass.com. I am coming to you from the Atlanta airport. Now, those of you who have been watching the channel for a while may realize I'm kind of a fan of Delta Airlines in that I usually choose that for my business travel. Although I'm a bit more of a free agent these days, because of the channel, I like sharing new and different airlines with you guys. So plenty more of that to come. But I've got this bizarre long layover. I'm on my way from Tucson, Arizona, back home to the East Coast, and I've got 4 hours here. So I thought I'd try to get footage of every one of the Delta Sky Clubs so you can check that out and see which one you might like to spend some time in if you've got a layover here in Atlanta, kind of like I do, or even much shorter, hopefully. But for now, let's check them out. Let's see which one of these Sky Clubs is the best. Hold on just a second. This guy has no idea what he's in for. This was a long day. Let's get back to it. I look forward to your comments letting me know which one you think is the best. And by the way, if you like airplane or airline related content, I hope you'll click that red subscribe button and join this amazing growing community of folks who, like me, love anything aviation related. So let's get started. The Atlanta airport is the busiest in the world. 100 million passengers fly through each year, and 950,000 flights take off from the airport. Now, one of the ways this many people are able to go through is because of how efficient the airport is. You'll notice there's 7 terminals, and I'm going to check out clubs at each one, starting in T on the left side of your screen, and then making my way, thanks to the plane train that runs underneath the ground, all the way over to the right side of your screen, and Terminal F. The T concourse is the original concourse in the Atlanta airport, and the club here is tucked behind that little hallway across from some restaurants. Now, it requires an elevator to get up into the club, and then you pass through that little door. One of the coolest things about the Delta Sky Clubs now is you can gain access using your fingerprints. This is thanks to a relationship the company has with Clear. Now, this club is laid out very similarly to others. It includes a bar, a coffee station, and food. Each one of the clubs offered the same sorts of food, so we'll take a look at what there was specifically at another club down the line. There are fewer Delta gates on the T concourse than others, which means this club is less crowded than some of the others we'll see. Now, I know I originally promised only to visit the Delta Sky Clubs in Atlanta for this video, but I decided I really wanted to get into this project, and so I visited American Airlines Admirals Club as well. Now, I have an American Airlines MasterCard that gives me access, and I was able to get in and share it with you. You'll see there's a bar here. There's some food, which is, of course, different than the Delta food. And there's also some seating. This was a surprisingly crowded club, and I've been here several times in the past and found the same thing. Down this hallway is a conference room. Believe it or not, I've had a couple of meetings here. It's very convenient and is a great spot for a small meeting. Sometimes nicknamed the P.F. Chang's Club because of its location right next to the restaurant. This club is in the center of the A concourse. You take the escalator up, you walk past some beautiful windows that look out on the tarmac, and you enter the club. Now, you've got a choice of taking an elevator or the stairs. Now, I decided to make this project a real workout, so I avoided the elevators every chance I could. The club here at the center of the A concourse had plenty of seating available, despite the fact that it was full. It's massive. There's, of course, coffee and a bar. One of the things I like about this club is the fact that there are 2 separate seating areas. That means there's a pretty good chance you can find a place to sit. Now, just as before, here's the food. Terminals A and D are the only 2 in Atlanta with 2 Sky Clubs. So let's check out the first one here in A. It's massive. There's a huge bar and coffee area, along with 2 separate sections with food. Here's the first. There's a seating area up above the first area we just checked, and you'll see there's plenty of room here. And again, here's the second food station in this club. This one's getting ready to be renovated, as several Sky Clubs are. I didn't have much time to hang around, so it was back to the stairs and on to the next club.
Even with 4 hours, this was ambitious. This is a lot to take in.
These luggage tags are so cool, they're huge. How many of those cities have you been to? I've been to 1, 2, 3, 4. Only missing Mexico City. Even though this is the most newly renovated club in the entire airport, this one, located at the center of the B concourse, is almost always very busy. That's because this B concourse has more Delta flights coming and going every day than JFK in New York or the Minneapolis airport. In fact, on its own, the B concourse in Atlanta would be the airline's 4th busiest hub. It's an intense place for just about everybody, including the folks who are passing time in this massive club. I had the opportunity to be a gate agent in the B concourse here, so I really got the inside scoop on just how busy that ramp is.
This is hard, not like manual labor hard, but there's a lot that goes into making these videos, and usually I'm just sitting in an airplane seat. Now I'm having to run from place to place to try to fit it all in, even though I've got this long layover.
As we check out the club in the C concourse, I thought we'd talk about one of the ways to gain access to the Sky Club. Now, there are several, and we'll talk about more in just a few minutes. But first, you can buy an annual membership. There are 2 types of annual memberships. One is the regular one, which allows you to enter for $495 or 47,000 Sky Miles. You can also buy an executive membership that allows you to bring up to 2 guests. That's $745 or 70,000 miles. You can also buy a day pass for $59. Now, there are several other ways to gain access that might make more sense, so keep watching to find out what those are. I was starting to get tired at this point. I was happy to grab a seat on the plane train on my way to Concourse D. This system, built and maintained by Bombardier, is the world's most heavily traveled automated people mover. It opened in September of 1980 and carries some 64 million people every year. Now, even though I'm only going between the C and D concourses in this segment, earlier I traveled the entire length of the airport from F to T, and it's as far as you can go in the plane train, and that took just over 8 minutes. This was such a long layover, in fact. I also did another experiment to see how long it takes to walk from one extreme end of the Atlanta airport to the other. And if you'd like to know how long that takes, keep watching. As we enter one of the 2 Sky Clubs on the D concourse, I thought I'd share with you a couple of other ways to gain access, if you'd like to, into the club. If you're a Delta Diamond Medallion flyer, you can select membership as one of your thank you gifts from Delta. If you're flying Delta One on an international flight, you can gain access. If you're a Delta Diamond, Platinum, or Gold Medallion flyer, you can enter a club regardless of which class of service you're flying, if you're flying on an international flight. Now, there are also several credit cards that afford access to the clubs, and we'll talk about those in just a few minutes. This club on the D concourse is the only one in the Atlanta airport that you actually go downstairs to enter. I was lucky enough to catch a glimpse of one of Delta's brand new Airbus A350s. I'll post a link in the description to my video from the inaugural flight of that type.
Heading to my 10th lounge of this visit. It has been pretty tiring. I'm kind of beat.
I thought I'd highlight those credit cards that get you access into the Sky Club. First things first, I'm not making any money from endorsing these credit cards. This is not an endorsement of credit cards at all. I know there are a lot of people on YouTube who somehow make commissions or get paid for doing that. That's not me. Instead, I just want to highlight 3 credit cards that will get you access into the Sky Club. First, the American Express Centurion card. Second, the American Express Platinum card. And third, the Delta Reserve credit card. Now back to this club. The Sky Club on the F concourse is unique in Atlanta in that there's a lot more food. I think this has to do with the fact that it's an international concourse. It's also the newest concourse in the Atlanta airport. The other thing that's a highlight of this club is the fact that there's an outdoor seating area. You get access right out there to the ramp. You can smell the jet fuel. I finally decided to have a bite to eat and a beer. Now, earlier in the day when I first started this project, I thought about having a drink at each Sky Club and seeing what happened, but I decided that might be a little too sloppy. But wait, there's still another club. This one's the club at ATL. I got in thanks to my priority pass, but some other airlines use it as their club in the Atlanta airport, including Qatar. When I visited, it was very busy, and they had a lot of snacks laid out. There was also, of course, a food section and a bar, but the options were a little bit different than the Sky Clubs and the Admiral Club I visited.
Okay, so that was 11 lounges. It took about 2 hours. I've still got more time to kill. So I've decided I'm gonna figure out how long it takes to walk from one extreme end of the Atlanta airport to the other. So I'm at F14, as far out as I can go, and I'm gonna walk all the way to T1 and see how much time it takes. So here goes.
What if you had to walk and you had a layover? How long would it take you, at the most, to get from one end of the airport to the other?
So I'm taking this at a very leisurely pace. In fact, right now I am just riding along the people mover thing. I'm not even walking. So if you're doing this, you're probably not gonna have the kind of layover I do. You're gonna be in a hurry. So you'll either take the train, which I did earlier, and that takes about 8 minutes to get from one end of the airport to the other, or you're gonna be running as fast as you can. So this is the worst case scenario. If you have a tight connection in Atlanta, how long will it take you to get from one end of the airport to the other, taking a leisurely pace? Getting close, I can see T1, we're almost there, so we almost have the answer to the question, how long does it take to walk all the way across the Atlanta airport?
The answer is 30 minutes and 34 seconds, almost on the nose 30 minutes. So not a bad walk at all. Obviously, you'll probably take advantage of a train or maybe even walk a little faster than I did, or perhaps even a golf cart if you need that assistance. So for me, it was 30 minutes on the nose, but now, despite the 4-hour layover, it's time to go and find my gate, which is 3 terminals back. So I got another little walk ahead of me. I might take the train this time. I've walked about 5 miles on this journey. I hope you've enjoyed checking out all of the clubs in the Atlanta airport.
Not quite. I was wrong. I was talking with a friend of mine and he told me that there was a United club that I missed. Unfortunately, I guess I'll have to go back and do it all over again.
It was more of an adventure than I thought. In any event, I'm going to the club now. My flight was delayed.
I had a lot of fun putting this video together. I hope you enjoyed watching it. It was an unusual video for this channel, but it was still aviation related. So if you like videos that are about airplanes and passenger experiences, be sure to subscribe. I hope you'll like the video. Leave me a comment too. Let me know which one of the clubs was your favorite. In the meantime, see you in the sky.